Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to another one of my videos. Now, I want to start off today by thanking all of you who've been watching my videos and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind considering going ahead and hitting that like button right now, getting it out of the way so you don't forget, that would be fantastic. And if this is the first one of my videos that you are watching, please consider subscribing and making sure to hit the notification bell so that you're informed when I put out new videos. But because I appreciate your support so much, I'm always thinking about new types of videos that I could make for the channel to keep the content flowing. And so I decided to do something that every other comic book content creator on YouTube does, and that is mail call videos. Now, I have a decent amount of pretty cool things that I expect to be coming in the mail over the next few months, and I wanted to go ahead and share them with you. This is the first one. This was a gift that I ordered for myself on December 30th. It was kind of my end of 2020 kind of gift to myself. Just so you know, there's been a lot of delays with the Postal Service right now. And just to illustrate that fact, I ordered this on the 30th. They created the label on the 31st and dropped it off on the 1st. And then it sat in limbo for almost 2 weeks before it all of a sudden popped up on my tracking as being out for delivery yesterday. And that was a little bit shocking because this is kind of a pricey item, and the fact that it was just all of a sudden randomly going to show up was nerve-wracking for me because I wanted to make sure that this didn't just sit on the front porch. But it was shipped 2-day shipping, even though it ended up taking 2 weeks, but that's where the Postal Service is right now. And it was also shipped requiring a signature, which was really kind of important to me, and I'm really glad that they did that. Well, anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up, and then I'm going to show you the book, and then I'm going to talk about some of the details of the book itself and why I bought this book and what I paid for the book and things like that. I got this book off of eBay from a seller called Infinity Comics. They're a big eBay seller and have sold thousands and thousands of items. So I have a lot of trust that they probably did a really good job with this. And so far, so good. Like I said, the 2-day shipping and then also the signature required is really good. And there's only one slab in here, and they put it in a nice big box. So I can appreciate that. Plenty of room for cushioning, which they did provide with packing peanuts there on the edge and bubble wrap. So they went to town to protect this. This Infinity Comics, you get a big thumbs up in the shipping department. This book is going to be very safe. Let me get this off. The packing peanuts are a little bit of a menace, but we're going to go ahead and get those off of there. Get rid of this box, and let's see. Wow, look at all these packing peanuts, and look at all this bubble wrap around this one slab. Yay, Infinity Comics. So let's speed this up. Most places would just give you this amount of packing, by the way. They did so much more. I'm not mad about it. It takes extra time to open up, but I am not mad about it at all. Okay. Here it is. We have in our possession, wow, I'm really excited about this. This is great. I have purchased X-Men 101 in a 9.6 white pages. This is a low-end grail for me. I am in the process of collecting the entire Claremont run on X-Men, at least the initial one, issues 94 through 279. I have all of the ones from 133 to 279, and I owe about 24 of the books between 94 and 132. What I've decided to do is I'm trying to find them raw as much as possible, but condition really matters to me. When it's all said and done, I want the condition of all my books to be, in this run, to be at least around a 9.4, maybe a 9.2. So condition really matters to me. But with some of these keys, like 94, 101, 109, 129, 120, things like that, I think I'm going to go ahead and buy them already graded so that I make sure I know exactly what I'm getting for my purchase. And that's why I went ahead and bought this guy right here. And she is a beauty. Now, I will tell you a little bit of information about my purchase itself. I spent $1,275 on this book. Yes, that's a lot of money for a comic book. But in this grade, it's really pretty fantastic. There's a bunch of, I'll show you on cover price, I got a bunch of information about recent sales, and they're kind of all over the map. You see my sale there on the list, and some other ones that are just like, seem way too low, and others that potentially seem way too high. And there's no context on cover price for these sales, so I can't really speak to why some of them are so much, there's so much variation in the sales. But when I go to Go Collect, unfortunately I don't currently have a Go Collect membership, so I can't go in and look at individual sales right now. But I will tell you that I did track the fair market value on Go Collect for this book in this grade. And when I bought this book, the fair market value was $1,400. So I thought I did pretty well at my $1,275. Then I noticed a couple days later or a week later, the fair market value went down to $1,350. Now, currently, it is up to $1,500. So there's been a lot of fluctuation in the fair market value for this book, but currently it's headed in the right direction. And when you look at the other eBay sales for this book, you will see that of the 3 that have sold in the, I think it's 90 days or whatever, or I think it's usually more than that actually, but maybe it's just 90 days on eBay that they show any copies of this big book being sold in this grade. There's only been 3, and I got the cheapest one of the 3. Now, I want to go back to the Go Collect fair market value to show you that this book, you'll see there on the graph that there's not a ton of these. There aren't a ton of these out there in the world in a 9.6. There on the graph, it's really pretty low. There's especially not a lot of these in a 9.8, which that is of particular interest to me because you'll see the fair market value between a 9.6 and a 9.8 in this book is astronomical. It's so much. So part of me wants to ask myself the question, would I ever gamble on a book like this? Because if I could get the right grader on the right day, and they're just in the right mood, and if could this book potentially come back with a 9.8? Now, I'm telling you, I'm seeing this book for the first time right now. It really looks fantastic. I'll try to throw in some video of that I took of this so that you can take a really good look at this book as well. The corners seem really sharp. I do not see any spine ticks at all, color breaking or otherwise. I do not see any flaws in the front cover. There's a little something there between the E and the N of X-Men here on the cover, but I think that is actually a flaw in the case. Yeah, it looks like a flaw in the case to me. Looking at the back, same deal, man. I don't see any spine stresses at all. I am sure that this book had been pressed, because it is just, it doesn't look like there is anything on this book that would benefit from a press. Wow, this book is really, really nice. I cannot possibly tell you why a book like this would get a 9.6 and why it wouldn't get a 9.8. I'm gonna have to think about this one, because that would be quite a gamble to send this out and to have it come back at 9.8. Man, I mean, almost triple its value, which would be remarkable. And if it came back at 9.4, that'd be a bummer, but it would be, you know, it's the loss of a couple $100 versus the gain of a couple $1,000. I don't know if I have that gambling spirit in me, but I definitely have enough of it that I am going to think about it. Well, regardless, I am very excited about this book and having it in my possession. I believe that this is probably, of this X-Men team, after Giant Sized X-Men #1 and X-Men 94, I believe this is the third most valuable X-Men comic of this team. So I'm so excited to have this in my possession and to have it at such a fantastic grade and in such a fantastic condition. Thank you for letting me share my unboxing, my mail call with you today. You know, once again, if you liked it, please hit the like button and let me know that you liked it. As I also mentioned, I do have more mail calls for some pretty awesome things, at least in my opinion, that should be coming in the months to come. So if you go ahead and hit that like button, that will tell me that you would be interested in seeing more of my mail calls. And once again, I remind you, if you haven't already, to go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can hit the subscribe guy right here. He's a fun way to subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.